my channel. It's your girl Kobe, and today we're going to be talking about cheating. What a beautiful subject. Cheating. So I guess that you're tuning in because either you've been cheated on, you think you're being cheated on, you're not sure how to get over it, or you're just like a lover or a hater of me and you just are interested or showing your support. So either way, thank you so much, and if you like this video then give it a thumbs up. If you hate it, do what you want. Never watch me again, totally your choice. So I'm just gonna go into it by talking about my own story. So I feel like so many people get cheated on. It's like actually super normal, and it shouldn't be, but it is. And I think in this day and age it's so much more accessible to cheat. So even if you, for example, you don't need anybody's number, you literally need to follow them on social media, like their picture, little comment, give them a little slide into the DMs, you know, no number required, and you become a cheater. And it's just so hard to live in a generation where it's so accessible to cheat, and it just like, it's just crazy that it's so easy to cheat. Anyway, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about my own story. So I got cheated on by my first boyfriend. We were together for 5 years, so it was all through school. So we got together when I was like, what, 15? I think I was like 15 to 20. Sorry. Girl, let me just get some tea. Whew. Literally a child when we met. We met in school, he was a year above. Do you know, I actually think that we were together younger than that. Maybe we were like seeing each other for a while before we actually got together. Anyway, it was a long time. And for me, we hit all these milestones. Like, he went to college, I went to a different college. He was a year above, so he went to college first, and he met all these new people. And I thought, oh God, like, he's gonna meet all these people and probably find someone his own age, but he didn't. Then he went off to uni, which was in Wales, and we live in Bristol, so it's like 45 minutes away. And I thought this is gonna break us for sure, and it didn't. So, you know, tick that off, and I thought he was in his last year of uni, and this was our home stretch. We then had plans to go traveling when he come back, and you know, it was all going well. We'd see each other on the weekends. I'd go up, he'd come down. Yeah, we were like super in love. And at this point I thought, when we were planning to go traveling, I thought, this is it now. He's my forever. Like, I was picturing kids with him, picturing like a ring on my finger, picturing my last name as his last name. Like, my future was set, and it was gonna always be with him. I could see no one else. There was not one other person that I even had eyes for in like that time. I was truly, completely in love. So looking back now, there were so many signs, but when you're that in love and that young, and you really truly have no reason not to trust anybody, you kind of let it all slide. Let me tell you how I found out. So for me, he didn't tell me himself. The girl told me. So picture this. I'm in bed on my dog's birthday, so I remember it very clearly because my dog's birthday is 10 days before mine. So this was 10 days before my 20th birthday. I'm minding my own business, you know, I've got work the next day, so I'm in bed, it's like 11:45. My phone rang. I never ever answer numbers that I don't know, but for some reason I answered, it was almost like something inside of me was like, you need to answer that, that's like an important call, answer that phone. So I answered it, and it was this Welsh girl, and she's basically now asking me, you know, like, do you know so-and-so, which she said my boyfriend's name. I said, well, yeah, obviously he's my boyfriend and has been for 5 years. And then she like started crying. Who are you? Why are you ringing me? Why have you got my number? Why do you know my name? And why are you crying and asking me about my boyfriend? I think at that point I knew, but I didn't want to know. It was like, please don't be true, please do not be true, please tell me something else. Anyway, she then told me that, you know, that this was a guy that she's been seeing for the past 6 months. I remember as soon as I put the phone down, I walked out my room, and my mum and dad heard the conversation, and they just like sandwiched me and cuddled me, and I just broke down in tears. Like I couldn't breathe, and I was physically shaking, because when I get angry I shake. It was just awful, and I just remember, like, that's a feeling that you will never forget. In my eyes, it's not the girl's fault, it's never the girl's fault, because she wasn't to know that he had a girlfriend. She had no loyalties to me whatsoever, he had all the loyalties to me. And yeah, she owed me nothing, and if it wasn't for her telling me, then I'd probably still be with the guy now, like, and he'd probably be cheating on me. But yeah, so then she told me everything that I needed to know, and yeah, he was basically fully cheating on me, like having an affair actually. So my heart completely broke, because not only was he cheating on me, he was also telling a load of lies and saying, you know, that I was obsessed with him. Changed my number in his phone, and just so much come out afterwards that really broke my heart more than the cheating, really, because I thought this guy that I thought I knew and thought I was truly going to spend the rest of my life with completely painted me out to be something that I'm not. And I think the deceitfulness of that hurt me more than the physical cheating on me. But the good news is it gets better. So if you're being cheated on, or you've just found out you're being cheated on, then just trust me when I say it gets better. It is so normal to feel like you don't want to eat. I lost 7 pounds within the first like 5 days, because I truly didn't eat a thing. And I'm not saying that that's what you should do, because you absolutely need to eat. Food is glorious, food is great, eat. But for me, I just couldn't. All I would picture in my head was them, and it physically made me feel sick. Make sure that you get yourself tested. I got tested for every single STI, STD that there is, because you never know, like this guy's cheated on you with, you don't know how many people. I found out that he cheated on me with 3 people, and I was none of the wiser. And yeah, luckily for me, like I was clear and he was obviously safe, but you just never know. So make sure that you do get tested. It's a horrible thing, but I'm so glad that I did it. I went with my mum because, yeah, I just needed someone there with me. Time heals so many things, and you're always gonna have an emotional scar of like some trust issues, you remember how you felt and how it made you feel, how insecure it made you, and that's a scar that you will carry with you now forever. But time heals it, and it's always going to be there, but it's going to get better. So just be patient with that, and just stay focused. Like, find a hobby. For me, I find pageants, and without being cheated on, I probably would never have gotten into pageants. I just was so insecure, and so I just felt really crap about myself. I felt like he chose somebody else because I wasn't pretty enough, I didn't have the best body, you know, I wasn't doing as well as whoever, like these people that he's cheated on me with. I just felt inadequate, and like there were so many people that were better than me. And that's so normal. So if you feel like that, it's fine, it's normal. You are you, nobody else is you, and like own you. If he doesn't want you, or she doesn't want you, that's no reflection on you, that's a reflection on them, because everything you have to give is going to fit perfectly with somebody and it just didn't fit with them, and that's fine. So don't change, because you're going to fit like a yin and a yang with somebody else. It's just not them. You may think it's them at the time, but it's not them. So yeah, so I then got into pageants. I found a hobby, found something to keep my mind busy. And also, you know, I got into pageants as well because, well, firstly my nan told me to, but I also wanted to be like, you know what, you may have cheated on me, you may have made me feel about this small, really ugly, but I am, like, you are not going to mold me and make me into this person that I am not. And I got like, I'm really stubborn and really determined, so for me it motivated me to enter Miss Bristol, it was, and I won, and I was like, you know, look at me now. And it made me feel so much better. But yeah, anyway, then I found that I really love pageants, did Miss Great Britain, didn't win, come in top 5, decided that just because he didn't want to go traveling with me anymore, that was not going to ruin it. So I went with my best friend, so I did traveling and I did everything for me, and like, those memories are so good to have with your friend because they'll never be tainted. If you go with a boyfriend and you break up, like, those memories are just tainted forever. So I'm so happy that I went with my friend instead, because those memories and those pictures I'll always keep, because she'll always be my friend. So yeah, so I sit here today as Miss Great Britain. So if he never cheated on me and I never found that hobby, then I wouldn't be sat here today as Miss Great Britain. I wouldn't have gone traveling. There's so many things that I wouldn't have done. So I'm so grateful to him for cheating on me. Thank you for cheating on me. God bless you. Also, another good thing is that you learn to notice the signs. So when you get into another relationship, you are no longer naive. So for example, when I was younger and I had these signs, like I had these suspicions. So I'll tell you something, if you think someone's cheating on you, 9 times out of 10 they probably are, because why else would you think that? Unless you've been cheated on before and you're insecure already, then you know, then you need to deal with those own insecurities, and they may not be cheating on you, that just may be your mind playing tricks on you because you've been, you know, you've been scorned before. But otherwise, why else would you think it? I did have all these signs looking back, but I never had a fact. Now, I needed a fact before I could act on anything. That fact never come to fruition, so like, I just couldn't act on it, you know? I couldn't end something that was so great if I had no hardcore fact or hardcore evidence. So as soon as I did have it, then yeah, that's when I acted. And it was really, for me, it was never a decision. It was like, I found out he cheated on me, that was it, we were done, we were never going back. And as much as I wanted him to cuddle me, I wanted him to want me, the only person that could make me feel better was him. I knew that this decision was now out of my hands, because for me, once you lose trust, then there's nothing. I know that I would drive myself crazy if like, he would text a girl, and I know that if I got back with him, I'd be like, who is she? Why are you texting her? Are you sleeping with her? And it just wouldn't work, and I would just, it just wouldn't be beneficial for any of us. So I knew that that decision of our future had been shaped forever the moment I found out. When you are going through a breakup of any kind, not just someone cheating on you, you have to go through, like, you have to mourn that person as if they've died, because your life as you once knew it is not the same anymore. You have to mourn that relationship as if they have literally died, because you're not going to see them every day, you're not going to text them every day, and you probably won't see them. It's just so hard. When people try and comfort you as well, they don't know what to say. It's like, oh, it's gonna be alright. Well, tell me when it's gonna be alright, because right now I feel like crap, I feel disgusting, and it is not getting any better. But let me tell you that it does get better. It really truly gets better. I wish that you could, like, fast forward to like a few months from now to a year down the line, just so you could see yourself happy and probably happier because you're not in a relationship with someone that is a cheat. Like, I feel you and I love you and you're gonna be okay. Pinky promise. I literally pinky promise you're gonna be okay. I'm grateful that I went through it because now I can help other people, and if it ever was to happen to me again, I know I got through it once before. I know I can get through it again, and I know that I'm strong enough to get through it, you know? And I was honestly so heartbroken, but yeah, I got through it. And there's a saying, and is if somebody truly loves you, they have eyes for nobody else. So why would I want to stay with somebody who doesn't truly love me? Because if they've got eyes for somebody else, then they are not worthy of me. You are a good person. You are not deserving of someone who cheats on you. You are kind and you are beautiful and you are you, and that is something that no one can take away from you. And I just really hope that it doesn't affect you too much. I hope that you really do find your self-worth. Do a lot of self-development just to realize that how somebody makes you feel does not define you. Don't let it define you, because you are not that girl that so-and-so cheated on. You are you. So I am not Kobe Jean Cole, the girl who was cheated on. I'm Kobe Jean Cole in my own right, you know? Also, this book is called The Secret. Can you see it? Get this. This is so good for self-development, helping you rewire your brain to think positively. And this really helped. It helped me massively. I think even years after I was cheated on, I still had resentment, I still had unanswered questions, I still had hate towards him, I still had, you know, so much anger towards him. I didn't even, like, my blood would boil if I was in the same room as him. I didn't want to see him, I didn't want to speak to him, until I read that book, and I realised that there's so much that I should be thankful to him for, and I really do wish him the best, and I don't blame him. You know, we were young and there was a reason behind it, and it was not a reason of me. The reason wasn't me at all. The reason was we were young, we were living in different cities. You know, he was at uni, meeting new people all the time, and when we got together, at first we were like so compatible, and we grew up together and we were drifting away, but there was nothing that we didn't know how to end it, because none of us did anything wrong. So also, guys, I'm a really big believer that everything happens for a reason, and the universe truly does have a way of paving out your life, and if you step back, then all of the little dots, they start to align. Also, if you are cheating on someone right now, tell them. Don't let them find out. Like, be a man, be a woman, one or the other. If you are cheating on somebody, then tell them. Like, do not waste their life. Don't let them think that you're happy when you're not, and you're just literally stringing them along because you don't want to lose them. Like, that's selfish. Just another tip for you guys is to block them. I'll just say that again because I know you're all going to struggle with this. Block them. What you don't know, what you don't see can't hurt you. They probably just lost the best thing that ever happened to them. It's okay not to be okay. Don't get into a relationship too soon, because you will just, if your wounds are not healed, you will bleed onto somebody else. And that's just like such a true saying, because I think if you move on too fast, that relationship isn't going to work, because you already are insecure. You haven't gotten over it. You haven't given yourself time. Time being the main thing. You have to give yourself time to get over this. So also another thing that I learned is when you can truly forgive somebody, it just makes you happier. Because when I was holding a grudge, when I was angry, when I was full of resentment and hate. Like, that was affecting nobody but me. It was making nobody unhappy but me. So as soon as I learned, you know, he did what he did, that's fine, he had his reasons, whatever. Like, it's done. It's done, there's no going back. That door is closed, that chapter is done, it's been written. We're moving forward now, Kobe. So forgive. Forgive, like, never forget. Of course you'll never forget, because that's molded you into the person that you are now. But forgive. And as soon as I truly forgave him, then I truly become happy with, like, the whole thing. Just to wrap this up, here are my 5 top tips for getting over a cheating boyfriend. Number 1, give yourself time. Time heals everything. Number 2, self-love. Learn to love yourself before you let anybody else love you. Number 3, respect. Have respect for yourself. So many people, if somebody cheats on them, they let them back into their life. And you know, if you have a family, a mortgage, if you're married, it's completely different. So yeah, so take none of what I've said on board, because it's so different if you've got other people to think about. But 3 for me would be respect. Have respect for yourself. Have enough respect for yourself to know that you deserve more than someone who's going to cheat on you. Because once the trust is gone, like, the relationship is kind of done. Number 4, happiness. Find happiness in something else. Find happiness in something other than a partner. Because once you find true happiness in something else, honestly, you don't need a partner. They just bring something to your life, but you're fine without them, if that makes sense. Does it make sense? I'm not sure. I mean, it makes sense to me. But number 5, and this is like such a good one, go to the gym. Go to the gym. Honestly, it's like physically, like, it gets out that anger. I know I don't look like I go to the gym right now, but you know, I did. Physically relieves stress, and like, it releases endorphins. And make sure that you are eating well, because once you like feel good inside, you feel good outside, and you know, your skin just gets better and you feel like you've had a glow up. That's my 5 tips. That's 10, I need 5. Thank you for watching my YouTube video. I hope it's helped you in some sort of way, and if you are being cheated on, then I really do hope that you find happiness. And I am telling you now that you deserve happiness, and if you give yourself time, you will find love again, and that love will be true. For me, I found love again, and it was the truest love ever. So yeah, I really do hope that you find this video of some sort of benefit, and if you've watched it the whole way through, maybe that means that you liked it, so hit subscribe. Oh,